Hey guys, I'm Rachel and welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. Week 1 is finally here for our Esports 2K Pro-Am All-Star Tournament.
You called us out, you messed up. I pray somehow we get you in the first round. Because I will stream and you're going home first round. See you next tournament, period.
I could say we're the underdogs, but us knowing that we have the skill and the potential, that's what we're going to try to do, upset everybody.
After last year's loss, it was really tough. I mean, I remember sitting there for the next 2 hours just thinking, like, what could I have done better for my team? What can we do to build from this? This year, we'll be locked in from game 1 until, hopefully NOLA. Hopefully we make it.
We're still trio. If we go in and play our game, I feel like we should be in New Orleans.
Can't find them. I'm here to take over.
I don't want to sound cocky or nothing on you. I'm trying to be as humble as possible, basically, right now. Like I said, our team name, make it happen. That's what we plan to do.
People can be cocky, people can be confident, but when you play for 250K, you really feel it.
I'm here with Scott OG. Week 1, today we are going from 32 teams down to 8, but there have been some stories that have already developed going into today's.
Yes, well first we start with For Your Eyes Only, who we talked about quite a bit on the show, and looks like they're going to be DQ'd because they're not even going to have 5 guys show up. Unbelievable. I think we had one last year though, so it is what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but what I'm most looking forward to is SJ Esports versus the Late Night Crew, and people say, well, who are they? They are 2 of the top 5 teams in the world who are going to match up in the first round. So that should be exciting. You know, whoever wins that matchup could possibly, find their way in New Orleans with us.
Well, Scott, we just tipped off our first game, and as we know from last year, it doesn't matter what seed these teams are in, there were so many upsets, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens.
Me too.
All right, check in with you later. The All-Star Tournament kicked off with the World Esports taking on Island Gang. By halftime, Island Gang held a close 4-point lead and used the third quarter to increase that lead to 12. The World fought back in the fourth, but Island Gang held off the late run and iced the game with a big 3 for the 69-66 win. Congratulations on your team's first win. You guys were the underdog in that game for sure.
Yeah, that's what everyone thought.
What was your strategy going in?
Well, we did a lot of research on the World. We knew they had 2 good players, Deez and Moon, and we just focused on them. We came in with 2 lockdowns, me and Nate, both of the lockdown defenders, manned them up, and took them out the game and pulled through.
What are you guys doing to prepare for your next game? Because we don't know the outcome yet.
Yeah, we're watching it right now, but we actually have a lot of history with both these teams. The owner, MJ, he used to play for our team. Mr. User Pick, the other owner, also used to play for our team. So we know how these guys play. We know we're going to beat them. It doesn't matter who we play.
Is it a friendly rivalry, or is there some bad blood?
Well, if 4 Life wins, that's friendly. But MJ, no, that's bad blood completely. Not friendly at all.
Well, good luck and congratulations on your first win.
Yeah, thanks.
KM and the Wet Boys set pace for the PS4 side in this first round matchup. After holding on to a double-digit lead in the first half, Wet Boys let KM fight back and hit a game-tying tray in the final seconds to force overtime. After forcing a second overtime, KM took control in the 7-point win off 22 and 23-point performances from Obey and the GOAT. KM 73, Wet Boys 66. Next, we had our 6 vs 11 matchup. Proarab took on Hoop Supremacy.
Last year wasn't really our year, but this year, we really wanted to give it a shot.
I'm actually playing because I'm trying to win something. So if we win, everything, I'm going back to school.
These teams matched up perfectly, with neither team being able to pull away. Backed by 21 points and hitting all 3 of his long-range shots, Rob pushed Proarab past Hoop Supremacy 60-55. Millie Rock held another level down in the first half, taking a double-digit lead into the third quarter. Off 28 from DJ Alabama fan, Millie Rock mollywopped another level 66-53.
On Xbox Xbox, Stage Gods took on One Way and held the lead for the first half. Going into the fourth, One Way changed the direction of this game and took the lead. But with less than a minute left, Stage Gods used that ante-up luck to force One Way to miss this wide open 3 for the tie. Stage Gods move on 74-71. Two Live Crew was driven off by Road to Legends with their all-around play. With Key Awesome and Summers J putting up 17 apiece, they move on with a 10-point win, 63-53. Next up, Ice Crew took on Still Trill. They couldn't freeze Kenny Got Work, putting up 38 for Still Trill and thawing the Ice Crew out of the tournament, 80-66. And 4 Life met up with Redemption. This was close the entire game and needed overtime for Redemption's I'm Back Louie to put up a 25-point double-double and secure the W, 76-71.
Back on the PS4, Team Final took on HG Showtime. It's tough to beat a team hitting 2/3 of their shots, and that's exactly what HG Showtime did. They roll past Team Final 75-62. We talked about it leading into the tournament, and roster issues prevented For Your Eyes Only from competing in the dance. Come on. You cannot have these issues with this much on the line. And Miamiville walks away with the forfeit victory. We're back to the action. The #1 2K Pro-Am team in the world, Top Notch, took on Lion Gates. Give Lion Gates some props. They hung in with Top Notch, but you cannot turn the ball over 13 times against these elite teams and expect to move on. Top Notch gets the easy 10-point win, 69-59.
Back on the Xbox side, ET Reloaded took on Vibrancy Gaming. ET effortlessly held onto the lead throughout the entire game, but BG made a late run to set up a final chance. Facing a 3-point deficit, BG had possession, but no execution, giving ET Reloaded the win, 62-59.
The hours, we've put in several. I mean, we've been top 5 on the game all year. And it's just been chemistry. Just as long as we get that down, we're confident.
SJ Esports met up with the returning late night crew TMS. It looked like LNC stayed up a little too late as everyone on SJ scored in the double digits and took home a 14-point win, 63-49. And finally, it was the top-seeded Slightwork against the Wildcard Underrated. But this was no typical 1 versus 16. Underrated hung with Slightwork the entire game, and thanks to 7 swats, Underrated erased a double-digit lead and forced yet another overtime. In the end, OFAB's 27 was enough for Slightwork to pull away with the 69-62 overtime win.
My most anticipated matchup for the first round, the #1 seed Make It Happen, going up against the Wildcard and the defending champions Drewkerbockers HG. Hitting an impressive 7 of 10 from distance and forcing 10 turnovers on the defensive end. The 16 beats the 1 seed and moves on 58-47.
Congratulations on your team's first win. You knocked out the #1 seed.
Yeah, that was crazy. Appreciate it. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We played them before. They beat us the first time.
Did you guys change up your strategy at all?
Well, yeah, because the first time they played us, they lit up the 3-point line. So we knew, we had to run a 4-1, take them off the 3-point line, kind of force them to the paint a little more. And we kind of took them out the game with that a little bit.
Last year, the Drewkerbockers were our champions. And this year, we only have, I think, 1, right, on your team who was on the original team from last year?
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Stott. So what has that been like? Has he been kind of coaching you guys?
Well, we was actually on the team that played them in the first round last year. They ended up breaking up, so I seen it as an opportunity to go ahead and, scoop them up, maybe the extra help at the guard position. He gives us, some good pointers on offense. I kind of lead the defense. It kind of goes, works together. We got this nice little duo thing going on.
Have you guys watched any of our coverage of the tournament on 2K TV? Have you used that in your scouting report at all?
Oh, yeah. we see our talk every week, We already know it's going to be one thing about, the Drukers, just the cause, the whole storyline.
Oh, cool. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. See y'all around.
To wrap up the PS4's first round, we have Trust the Process going up against Throwdown 2K.
We felt like bringing the style in from Xbox to PlayStation, it's going to give us a big advantage because Xbox is mainly known as running a 4-guard offense and PlayStation is known for 2 bigs. So we feel like with our speed, we'll be able to get out in transition and score. On qualifying day, we matched up with one of the top 5 teams on PlayStation, which was HG Drewkerbockers, and we took them out pretty early in the tourney. I mean, I feel like that speaks for itself.
72% shooting, 13 3-balls, 26 dimes, and +5 on the boards. This was like a qualification game for Throwdown 2K. Trust the Process should have changed the process. They will hold that L 72-57.
I'm back with Scott OG. We've just wrapped up the first round in week 1. Which game was your favorite?
My favorite was Stage Gods versus One Way. One Way was the 12th ranked team in the entire world. And Stage Gods, full of Nade and all them, those Park players, came over and got a nice little victory. It was very surprising. They had one dude out there, the base god, 35 points and 9 dimes. So it was pretty impressive. They taken out a Park team, taking out one of the top 15 teams in the Pro-Am. Something to be said about that.
We're seeing a lot of really good shooting today. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yes, everybody's spread.
Yeah.
I've yet to see a team that's played solid with 2 big men. It's all 4 out one end, put 2 shooters in the corners, and just play out from there, and then whoever's got the best point guard. Right now, all games are close for the most part. So the tournament, again, from top to bottom, is much better than it was last year.
And our first game of the day, Island Gang against the World. First game, first upset, but Island Gang said that they were ready for it.
Yeah, that was another anticipated one. Number 13 in the world Esports. Funny, saw what I did there. Against number 14 in the world. It was a good game, and Island Gang went out with that zone defense, caused them a bunch of problems, and now they're moving on. But they weren't your typical 15 seed.
So going into round 2, are there any matchups you're looking forward to?
Yes, it's the Stage Gods, the Park guys that we had just talked about, playing against Still Trill, who's the number 2 ranked team in the entire world. How well or how good is Still Trill? That's a question that still people want to ask. And then there's the Stage Gods. How far does the Park play, really last? They got one guy who can really fill it up. We'll see if he can be stopped.
Have to see.
What up, 2K fans? Your boy Shake here, and it's time to crown the next 2K TV WoW Top Play of the Month. We have 4 contenders for the 200,000 VC prize, and you choose the winner. It's time to vote, so choose wisely. First up, your reigning Top Play of the Month, King Exposem, finishing the full court shot off the top of the backboard with the putback. Going after the crown is Detroit, missing the ground shot and finishing with the putback of his own. This is the Park, where amazing happens. Next is Abdullah Mejbel, getting a full court off the backboard between the legs putback. And finally, the Great Cobra, with another putback, but this time going behind his back. So vote now for your top play of the month, and remember, you can submit your best plays on social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. This was your boy Shake. I'll see you in the next one.
The second round started with the 6-seeded Proarab versus the number 14th seed KM. You gotta grab boards, and Proarab did just that. Extra chances and smart shots gave Proarab the go-ahead past KM. The final, Proarab 69, KM 63. Next we saw Millirock run straight into Top Notch. Top Notch, the number 1 team in the world. Millirock kept it close in the first half, but that's only part of the story. 76% shooting is the other half. Top Notch putting on a clinic once again, with my skills unreal and 630 leading the way from the backcourt. 21-point W for Top Notch, 70-49.
Back on Xbox, Redemption met up with Island Gang in the second round. Redemption did their best, but they did not have an answer for By Any Means Mo's 44 points. Island Gang iced the game in the final minute to hold on to the 68-60 win. Then we saw Stage Gods take on Still Trill.
We were a pretty good three-point shooting team. We score in transition a lot. We commit turnovers and score ease on the break. And we feel like if we can come out and play our style of play, then I don't see nobody stopping us.
This one was neck and neck in the first half thanks to I'm Base God, but in the third quarter, Still Trill pulled away with a double-digit swing. A 50-point double-double performance from Dimes, Still Trill moves on to the next round decisively, 91-73.
So we are halfway through the second round and just wrapped up probably one of our most interesting games with our park favorite team, Stage Gods.
Stage Gods advanced through the first round, played well, surprising victory. Even though they were a 3 seed, still coming over the park and making that transition. But then they ran into number 2 ranked team in the world, Still Trill, and Dimes gave him that 50-piece, Rachel. 50-piece, first 50-point game of the tournament. He was killing them however they wanted it. They got it. And they're really good and a team that everybody else is going to have to look out for.
They're definitely on a wave.
Yes, good, offensively and defensively.
Back to the action, we were treated by a fresh-thumbed, yes, fresh-thumbed, they didn't play in the first round, Miamiville versus Throwdown 2K. The Ville had their number in the first half, but again, the halftime adjustments saw the momentum swing the other way. Throwdown takes the lead late in the third and runs behind Let's Ball Up's 20 spot. The team shot 76% from the field, and you can bet Throwdown is going to cause problems next week. Throwdown with the victory, 64-52.
To wrap up the Xbox side for Week 1, we had ET Reloaded take on Road to Legends. The talent belonged to Summers J and Bear to Beast in this one, both scoring 20 plus and securing their spot next week with a commanding 20-point win, 80-60. Finally, the top-seeded Slightwork went up against SJ Esports. Slightwork's OFAB put in another double-double 20-11 performance and led this to a tie game with only a minute left. But SJ took control in the end with JC dropping 22 from the center position and defeating the top-seeded Slightwork 59-54.
In our final matchup of the second round, HD Showtime met up with Drewkerbockers HG. Drewkerbockers HG took the lead early, but Mr. Styles found himself with 4 fouls before halftime. HD Showtime was not ready for prime time. The Drewkerbockers went 13 of 14 from 3. They only missed 1 the entire game. We're in for a real treat next week as the Drewkerbockers HG advances 78-65.
All right, guys, it's the end of Week 1 of our All-Star Tournament, and we have the top 8 teams now. We went from 32 down to 8.
Top 8 is here.
I think the competition was a little better this year.
Man, some really good players. 1 double overtime game, a couple overtime games.
And we have some repeat teams from last year. Drewkerbockers, Throwdown, Top Notch. Drewkerbockers, the new team that we talked about, but is this going to be another Cinderella story?
Maybe. Their road is going to be quite challenging and they're going to have to really earn it. So it's going to be something if they can pull this off.
And what team surprised you?
Island Gang, without question. They went with the zone and it paid off for them. They have 2 very good wins.
So we actually reached out to Island Gang, and today on Skype we have team owner Slay. Congratulations on making it to our top 8.
Thank you.
Have you done any celebrating with your team yet?
Right after the game, we started watching film, see who we're playing. We're getting ready for that.
Do you think your strategy is going to change at all moving forward?
I think our strategy is pretty much going to stay the same. We're going to run 2 lockdown defenders, guard their best 2 players, and play good defense.
Tell me about your team. How long have you guys been playing together?
Me and Nate, we are friends of real life. known each other since we were like 10 years old. So we've been playing a long time. And then at the start of this year, we found Rondo, and also Rhea, who's our sharpshooter, picked him up at the start of this year. And then about a month ago, we recruited Mo, who's our point guard. And then from there, we've just been playing and we've been winning.
You guys had 2 impressive victories today. You know, when you look at things from the world leaderboard, you guys took out number 13 and 11. Just give me your overall thoughts about the teams that you guys will face.
Steel Trail, to me, they're probably, us and them are the best teams in the tournament. The winner of that goes to the final.
Have you made some sacrifices?
I had to take off work the last 3 days to get ready. So, I mean, we've been doing a lot of sacrifices. We have to play a lot to get where we are.
How many hours do you think you guys are averaging a week?
40 hours, maybe 30 hours.
You have 2 jobs, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what about that check? I know everybody's looking forward to the check.
You know, our motto actually is write the check. We've been saying that for a month now.
I like it.
That's deep.
Well, congratulations again for making it this far. It's been fun to watch you guys, and we'll definitely be tuning in next weekend and hopefully talk to you again.
Yep, thanks. We'll be ready.
So that does it for week 1. We narrowed it down to our top 8. I think we have some pretty awesome teams.
Absolutely. 4 out of the top 5 in the world are still alive. So it doesn't get any better than that. The 2 teams will be joining us in New Orleans.
Yep. On February 11th, these 8 teams will be narrowed down to 2. And like Scott said, be joining us in New Orleans.
Yep, should be fun.
Thanks for watching. Again, guys, make sure that you tune in next week for more All-Star Tournament coverage, and we will see you then.